Oh, oh, oh,
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Again, I am Nikki Green, your host. I'm just another brown girl in America. And as you can see, I have guests with me. So I would like to welcome them on. Thank them so much for joining me tonight because we got some things we want to discuss. And I think this is going to be a really great show. So I have two of my friends. One, I have Miss Yolanda Misunderstood, and I
Hey,
have Mr. C Love ourselves. So if y'all want to go ahead and let them know your platforms and a little bit about what y'all do, and then we can go from there. You can go ahead, Leilani.
I am the owner operator of so much stuff, but right now it'll be Miss Me Out the Dark Reloaded on YouTube and all different platforms. I'll talk about current events, topics from a comedic point of view because I'm also in that game as well. I do a lot of stuff, so just log on to my page and you will see what I do.
All right.
Got C-Los here, the LOS me love ourselves. I'm your black electrician and an electrical engineer. If you need any electrical work done, hit me up or your TV's mounted. I also do that as well.
All right. Now, being a little modest, because I believe Mr. Carlos, aren't you a comedian?
I ain't gonna say I'm a comedian. You got to be 10 years in the game to have them type of stripes, but I can put your lungs on the tables.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. I see you on stage a few times, and I'm gonna assume you're a comedian.
I
So.
do my thing. I do my thing.
Yeah, that's what's up. So again, welcome to the show. So we gonna go ahead and get started. So what I'm gonna do is I got two clips. I got one clip I put together. I'm gonna go ahead and get this um serious stuff out the way. I got one clip I put together so I can kind of get all the information in one, and we're gonna discuss that, and then we're gonna get to the good stuff. I'll play another clip and we'll react to that. So without further ado, now I don't know if do y'all know what's going on in DC with the military and the border and Trump sitting with the crime? And he sent
Uh,
the National Guard all over the
Oh yeah, I
city.
think I kind of heard about it, but I ain't. I've been working so much. I ain't even been, I guess, following
Oh,
up on it.
so
okay.
yeah, so basically, apparently Washington DC was crime ridden, and I didn't know they was getting bashed in over the head constantly all day. But the National Guard was federalized, so they took over DC, got the crime cleaned up. Apparently, it wasn't even like a unalive in like a week, a whole week. The city was quiet. Week two, I think they may have had one, and then it's continuing the crime to drop. So now Trump is talking about sending them to Chicago. So I'm gonna let you play the clip. I just kind of want to preface that for anybody that don't know what's going on, and I kind of put this together so we can kind of get off. And we'll go.
We know that when carjackings go down, when the use of gun goes down, when homicide or robbery go down, neighborhoods feel safer and are safer. So this surge has been important to us for that reason.
I want to see it end. Yeah.
Have you decided you're definitely going to send National Guard troops to Chicago?
I didn't say when, but the answer is, look, Chicago's very interesting because I watched Pritzker get up and say about, we don't need help, we're safe. But 2 weeks ago, they had 6 people murdered, and they had 24 people hit by bullets. Last week, as you know, it was 7 people, 24 people hit, and 7 people died. And then over the last 2 days, that was the crown jewel. They had, I guess, 9 or 10 killed, and 50 hit with bullets. And you have this governor get up, who's a terrible governor. Probably he and Gavin Newsom would be probably the 2 worst and most naive. They're naive. Either they're naive or they're very untruthful. And he'll say, we don't want any protection. We don't need. So in the last 3 weeks, he's lost almost 20 people killed. There's no place in the world including you can go to Afghanistan, you can go to places that you would think of. They don't even come close to this. Chicago is a hellhole right now. Baltimore.
Instead of spending hundreds of millions of dollars for a publicity stunt to invoke chaos and terror, the federal government should spend that money on proven solutions to crime and violence reduction. We cannot incarcerate our way out of violence. We've already tried that, and we've ended up with the largest prison population in the world without solving the problems of crime and violence. The addiction on jails and incarceration in this country, we have moved past that. It is racist, it is immoral, it is unholy, and it is not the way to drive violence down.
Y'all going around killing each other. Equal treatment, y'all just...
Mr. Die. Hold up for nigga, long live for we playing this music like we out glad. Anybody that's against us, nigga, we on your ass.
Shit, we don't care about no niggas, man. I'm touching the niggas spin this bitch, they gonna get that issue.
Anybody could get it, they ass get caught. We ain't finna walk you through this bitch, boy. Your ass get your shit splat, boy. It is not safe to walk through this bitch, boy. For real. It ain't safe. It is not safe. If it was safe, you think we'll be walking around with these? Showtime, we gonna pop out with the money on. Baby trying to get it home. Somebody ain't making home. Pipe check. Pipe check. Everybody.
Oh, my bad. All right, so seeing that, you heard that, you lived that. I got two-part questions. My first question is, how do you feel about that? My second question is, living in our area, I don't want to say where we at, unless y'all want to. I don't really care, but living in our area, would you be okay with the National Guard being sent here to get the YNs off the street?
I mean, why wouldn't you want protection?
I mean that's what I was thinking.
You just heard, like, this is what I like about Trump. And to me, I think he's the best president we ever had. He don't just look at a solution. He look at a solution and solve it, and he don't hide it from the American people. He actually tell us what he's doing. And when he mess up, he tell us what he messed up on. So he's seeing, like, not only did he say Chicago is in a hellhole, he compared it to other, not even municipalities, but other, sections of the world where they have way more guns and more power than us as far as ammunition. And he said they don't even have that type of chaos. So now he's seeing that, like his slogan, "Make America Great Again." Chicago is part of America. Most people just, they look at Trump like, oh, well, he's a bad president. You got to look at his slogan. He's trying to make America great again, and Chicago is part of America. So if that takes the National Guard going up there, YNs can't. You think the YNs got National Guard fucking ammunition? Hell no. So all that right there, to me, that would be a positive and a plus for me, because if the National Guard coming in cleaning up the violence that's in Chicago, if I stayed in Chicago and he just said, hey, that governor don't know what the fuck he's doing, evidently he doesn't, because now he has 24 people that died within a week, and he said that don't even happen in Afghanistan.
Well, Labor Day they had 50, maybe a little over 50 people get shot, and that's the 9 died. Like they got numbers. So
yeah, but he's trying to get order. And what's wrong with getting order?
See the mayor. What you think about the mayor and the other politicians? And do you believe it's just because it's Trump they saying they don't want help and this racist and all that? Like, how did it make you feel, like, Yolanda, like when you see black politicians and people who really know what's going on act like that?
Well, first of all, I don't know that why this is a race thing. I mean, I understand that it's probably more black youth that's committing the crime, so they say they're being targeted. But I don't believe that they're being targeted. I think I don't know if it was white kids, would it be the same? I don't know, but it's not white kids, it's black kids. So I know a few people that have gotten murdered due to gun violence in Chicago. I mean, prominent people that were doing the right thing and that was just caught up in gun violence, stray bullets and shit like that. So is this the long-term solution, or is this a right now solution? Do you have a long-term goal for this, or you just send them in now and this will fix the problem for years,
So
months?
what he trying to do, it's a short term.
Okay.
I know with DC, it was supposed to be 30 days. But
Mm,
Myron was fighting it at first, but once she seen the results, because she can't really stop him because it's DC, so it's not a state. So he
right.
can actually take over DC. But now you're just seeing that she was saying it's all good. She wanted to extend it. So only thing he can do is executive orders and call, like if he not getting cooperation from the governors and the mayors, he can only write executive orders or call national emergencies. That's
Mm.
so he can't have a national emergency last. So what they need to do is change the laws on the books that they put in place when they went soft on crime.
Oh yeah, that's the thing though. So a lot of people are Democrats, and I'm not a Democrat or Republican, and I really don't like talking politics. I'm for the people. So, and I do understand, like I said before, Trump got in office, change is always difficult for people. So if it works, it works. I don't care if he do it, if anybody do it. So far, the Democrats have made black people lazy. They have made black people want a handout. They have given handouts. And I even said when Trump first was coming back to be in office to be reelected or whatever, I said, just get ready for change. I mean, he's not God, but we already know his politics and the things he do are based on business. There is no emotion in putting money in his pocket. So that means that we are going to have to rely on each other instead of relying on the government for Section 8, for food stamps, for all this shit. These type of programs are going to be the first programs that he cut. In all honesty, not even lying, some of these programs do need to be cut, because I know people who've been on these programs for decades. They have raised these kids off of these programs, and they kids are grown and they still on the program. Like, that's not what it's meant for. He put a 2-year cap on Section 8, not to get off subject, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Everybody's saying that he's racist. Okay, maybe he is. I don't know. I don't know the man personally. I don't know. Race is a big factor in everything, because race makes the economy go. It makes the world go round. Okay, whatever. But if the shit works, I'm for it, because I'm tired. Like, people are tired of people getting shot, killed, people getting tired of people and little babies getting murdered because of senseless people not putting locks on the gun. Like, people are getting tired. Like, case in
Yeah.
point, case in point, this year downtown, they had mad police downtown. Downtown St. Louis where I live, during 4th of July weekend, it's a madhouse down here. These kids run rapid. They put a lock on that shit. They said, listen, if you gonna be charged for what your kids do. It was the quietest 4th of July in years. So I'm just saying, change is different. It's difficult. It's like when you got a kid and you give them tough love. I'm not doing it no more. But it works. So if it works, I'm for it, whatever. But
Well, he
what's
already gave you
Go ahead, love.
man, what you get out
he
of
already
here?
gave you an example how it worked in DC.
Right. So I would say when you
I was
talk
gonna say, what's
about
the long term solution?
the long term, right, the long term solution is
Yeah.
not it, the government can't fix that. The long term solution have to start in the household.
Well,
So what like our culture gonna have to change. The stuff that we promote our kids, let them listen to, that we expose, like all that got to change. So
that
until
starts at
that
home.
happen, the morals, all that, just the things we value, we put on the pedestal, the people we put on the pedestal,
Mhm.
we don't have to do a hard reset. And that's just what I firmly believe. So me, I'm all for it. I say lock them all up, start over. I do think that it should be prison reform, of course. So I'm thinking like some type of send them to the military. I don't know. But
Well,
all I'm saying,
they got some shit down the pipeline as far as, have you heard about or they trying to chip the prisoners to give them lighter sentences? So they come up with this chip that you can take a chip and it takes 7 minutes, according to what I read. It takes 7 minutes for the chip to be installed, and it reforms the prisoners to feel empathy and feel these type of feelings. Maybe you can look it up. And
Yeah, I don't know. I'm saying I hear you, but I don't know about
yeah, it's
those
crazy.
chips.
So
Yeah.
it's all like you have to dig deep because it's never what they tell you it is. It's always a hidden agenda behind the agenda. So that's why I'm saying, what is the long-term goal? What are we doing? What is it all about? You
We
come
got
in
to
and you
get
do
the
this and then
reform.
what?
So
And then
what? Now that you did, you did bring up St. Louis, so I did look up the stats for St. Louis since we're talking
mm,
about this, just to kind of
they're supposed to be doing.
so yeah. So I wanted to actually see because with work I do, I was looking into this last year, and I know at May we were like over 100 and some right at May. So right now, well, as of August 15th, it was 83 unalivings.
Oh,
So
that's down.
yeah, so it was 83 unalivings as of August 15th. And then I asked how many were under the age of 21. And they said they haven't got the data completely, but at least 25 of those were some
Yeah.
babies.
Well, that's not most of them, but that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. So what y'all think, chat? Would y'all be okay with the National Guard coming into the city?
Well,
And
that's what I'm
with
saying.
and and
Why
how
would you
y'all
be,
feel about them sending them to Chicago? I think Chicago need help.
I think
yeah, but
Chicago
I'm saying,
needs it.
what if you living in the neighborhood and you see murders once a week or twice a month? That's a lot. And you telling me that you're going to turn down a program that's going to not only did it help DC out, and he, like I say, he gave you an example of how it helped DC out. Why wouldn't you want that implemented?
Because they don't care for real clothes.
I
Oh,
don't know.
I'm
It's
pretty sure.
all it's
I'm
I
pretty.
think
politics.
Chicago is a huge place per capita. They talking about murders per capita. That's per 100,000 people or something like that. So Chicago's huge. To drive from one end of Chicago to the next end, it takes a minute. So they have a lot, but Chicago has been out of control. But they even say that Chicago, since King Von and all that stuff, old block, that even Chicago has calmed down.
It's the
But
National
it's
Guard,
still
though.
out of control.
So that's what they were saying, proven studies. But I'm saying if you saying crime down or it's calm down, are we talking about 900 unalivings down to 600 unalivings? You get
Mm,
what I mean? It's like I don't believe them no more because this has been going on for a long time.
yeah,
And ever since 2020, they start changing laws, reclassifying what different things are,
yeah.
making it look like the numbers ain't, what they are. And then we still got our babies and cousins, nephews, and neighbors while they playing around saying it's racist and all of this,
Well, why
dropping.
is it? But my thing has always been, and it always will be. Are you thinking about what it takes to lower the crime? Like poverty breeds crime. Poverty and crime go hand in hand. And with the way that they are slicing, they say it's jobs out here. It's really not no jobs out here. If you ain't in the tech industry, that's why everybody's trying to get on with the chat and all that. Because there's no jobs for real. And I don't know about y'all, but most people that I know and come across, we all starting to border with each other to get things done because we all in kind of going through a little something. You know what I'm saying? The job market sucks. They're not really paying what they supposed to pay. And it's a trickle
I
down.
would say it's jobs. I would say it's jobs. Now I
Yeah,
would say
yeah,
this:
ain't nobody
if
working
we,
at Burger King, girl.
oh, I don't know
Ain't
about
working
Bert.
at Burger King.
I have not had issues getting jobs, so I can't. That's not my
What's your field?
experience.
What's your field? Of what do you work at? What
I
do you
work in human services, nonprofit, but I also get up and go DoorDash when I have to too.
Okay, well, I'm talking about that kind of stuff, but does DoorDash
Well,
pay?
it's only hard to get them type of jobs if you don't have the set of skills. If you don't invest in your set of skills, you're not going to get them type of jobs that you want. But
Okay.
most people who invest in their skills, like trade people, master electricians, master plumbers, master carpenters, them men are getting $87 an hour, probably more.
Well,
But
that's
that's
not
because they
everybody.
went.
That's not the
No,
norm.
no, I never said everybody. I said people who invest in their skills. If you want to, like, I'm not knocking no one who's working at McDonald's or Burger King, but if that's what you want to do, you can't complain about, oh, I'm only getting this type of money. Like, you only can have a certain set of skills. Like, what, you can't really move up in that company like that unless you know what I'm saying, like, if you want to be management or something else. But you have to invest in your skills if you want to get that, if you want to get the pay rate.
That's what I was gonna say, because I will. So that's two parts. So poverty, yeah, if you're poor, you're gonna. And I don't think it's a matter of being poor. I think it's a matter of not wanting quick money, wanting a fast life, not wanting to work hard. Because there's plenty of things to do out here. People
So,
coming over here. Go
so
ahead.
I want to ask a question. So they didn't just cut funding for education. They didn't just do that. So they didn't.
No, they just cut the board of education. I mean, the
They're
Department
not.
of Education, which had nothing to do with our kids' education.
No, I'm saying they're not cutting. So you saying that they're not cutting funding for education all across the board, from elementary all the way up to college?
No,
What are they cutting?
no, it wouldn't. No, no, they cutting the Department of Education,
I know that
which
part.
we don't need. Right, we don't need it.
Okay.
So the schools need, the states and the cities, the people that's closest to the kids will be in control of the schools. So that's why we got to do our local stuff. We got to get hyper focused. But that was 30 minutes. But I don't know. I say go for it. But I know what y'all waiting on. Y'all seen the
I
thumbnail.
know. I'm in
Go ahead.
nonprofit as well. I'm boots on the ground, and I see funding being cut all across the place. Nonprofits are not getting the funding that they normally get, and
Well, right now they're on pause.
They're struggling
At this moment. Right. Well, right now.
I work in nonprofit as well, and the funding ain't there. The after school program that my babies go to, they have not had air conditioning for half of the summer. So like I'm boots on the ground. I'm not saying that you
right, but do they have something to do with the federal government, or do they have more to do with the state government and local
the funding
government?
comes from the federal funding comes through the state.
Right. But
so if there's no federal funding that funneled through the state, there's no funding for the state, because the last thing they're going to put money into is poor little black kids trying to go to school and better themselves.
Okay, well, I don't know if that's true. What I'm saying, or you might be thinking about the wrong people. So once the money comes from the federal government, it's going to go to all Kara Spencers, and Mike Kehoe, all of them. They the ones divvy that money out. They the ones determine who they want to give it to. They the ones determine because I do the data and the outcomes. If it's, and I'm saying it's paused right now, though it's not off. So I want to kind of correct that. Funding is paused. It's not cut. Once they go through all of that and get corruption and whatever they're gonna do out of there, and if you're not providing outcomes or doing your job and you just getting money and you ain't producing outcomes, you probably are gonna get cut. We won't know that. We won't know that till like October or November.
Okay, so we just got a new mayor, but the funding has been paused. The funding has been paused for a mighty long time. We've been fighting and working to try to get people are suing.
When you say a long time, since when?
It's been paused since Tashara. They've been holding on to that money since COVID.
So you saying the city? You saying the local government?
No, I'm saying you saying you saying that's who has control of the money, right? Right.
Once it goes, right.
You guys said that people should go to school and better themselves, take a trade,
right?
Educate themselves. And I'm telling you, and what I'm saying is the money there for people to go to school to educate and better themselves. Really?
All they got to do is go enroll. The kids been enrolling all year.
They've been enrolling.
You think these parents ain't paying full price for these kids to go to college? They getting funding and grants.
Okay, I understand that because I'm in school. I get a grant.
All I'm saying is I don't want to pretend like we don't see what's going on and like we don't know that most of these people just don't feel like it and they lazy and they want to.
I know some lazy ass people too, but not everybody is though. Is what I'm saying.
We didn't say everybody.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Please don't take on that mentality that everybody just lazy sitting on their ass and they need to get off their ass.
No, I don't take it on, but I'm gonna definitely, what I see is what I see. But that's how I feel about that part.
A lot of people don't even know about trade school or apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is free schooling, and you get to work in the field, getting a skill to become a master. If you stay about 4 or 5 years to become a master electrician, master plumber, or whatever skill set that you go to the apprenticeship with, and that's free. You don't even have to come out of pocket.
Yeah, I do agree that a lot of people have been, hoodwinked. I'm gonna say that.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would just say miseducated, or they don't do the research.
No, I'm just saying with the Democratic Party because they have been given so much for nothing. So,
No, I'm not talking about the politics. I'm talking about individuals themselves. Like you have to.
I'm talking about just people, period, that they have been used to not really having to work for a lot of stuff and getting a bunch of handouts per se, but not everybody. Not everybody's not going to school or not getting the trades or not. It's a lot of people fighting to get the trades. My son just graduated trucking school, and it took him so long to get into trucking school because he was one of these people that was in the system. He went, made some mistakes or whatever, went to jail, and even though it's programs out here, a lot of these nonprofit programs only use bodies to funnel funds through the nonprofit per se.
And that's where you're right. Now you're right when you're right.
No, because it's a lot of jobs that has a list, and you can go down to Employment Connect. You can go down.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And you will go down that list, and these people will not hire you. They will say
no. What I was about to say before you cut me off was it's a lot of jobs that they have out here that hire people with criminal backgrounds or whatever record it is. You have Employment Connect. You have St. Louis Job Fairs downtown. You can go there and they can get.
Have you been?
Hold on.
Incarcerated before? Have you been incarcerated before?
I wasn't done with my statement.
Have you?
I was not. I will answer your questions once I get done with my statement.
Go ahead.
They have all these jobs where if you do have a record, they have hundreds of jobs where the government pay these companies for incentive to hire these people. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you said, they lazy, they don't know, they don't want to do the research. St. Louis Job, which called downtown off market, they pay you to go to school, they pay you to go to get your CDL. They have programs out here that can help you get, you can get your Social Security card, you get your passport. You know what I'm saying? They have jobs out here for these type of people who have backgrounds. I'm not saying, I'm not getting into, what background, but I'm just saying they have these companies, and they well-known companies. You just have to do the research. So I just want to correct you about that. They do have avenues for that. Okay.
So once again, I'm gonna say I'm boots on the ground. And when I say boots on the ground, that means I'm boots on the ground. I've walked into these programs with people. I've got on the phone with people. I've said, oh, you should go here. I know they do this. I've been right there with people who have been incarcerated and who still can't find a job, who go through hell to the point where I have to talk them off the ledge of giving up because the cycle of returning to jail is because these people who say we will help, and I mean big corporations.
Can I ask you a question, Yolanda?
St. Patrick Center. They are one of the biggest people who supposedly help reform people that's been in and out of jail, right?
St. Patrick Center? No, that's a homeless center.
That's homeless too, but it's drugs, it's homelessness. If you go to jail, that's what I'm saying. See, y'all probably don't know because
I just gave you an example.
Have you been incarcerated before?
No, I have not, but I'm telling you.
You have never had to go through any of these programs. You have never had to get help from these programs, and you know. You would know if you did.
I do know because I just gave you programs.
Employment programs because
I did. I said Employment Connection. If you go down to Employment Connection, they help you with that. Downtown, St. Louis Job Cities, they help you with that.
But hey, you've never been through these programs, so how do you know?
Because I got my
How do you
friends hired at these programs. It ain't
Okay.
about me being incarcerated. It's about
It's
me.
about if you haven't walked in these people's shoes, you don't know what these people.
It's not about it's not about me walking in their shoes. It's about it's about the circle that I know, and I can help the circle that need help.
It is because you don't know firsthand. You know what word of mouth, and you know what you think you know. But unless you know firsthand, and you've seen
Yolanda, I'm not trying to.
you don't know.
I'm not
just
trying.
telling you.
I'm not trying to. I'm gonna disagree with you on that because, like I said,
I was optimistic just like you until I saw it for myself.
That's not optimistic. I gave you programs.
I saw what?
Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard of the programs?
Yeah, I have. It's a long list of programs that say they help.
No, I'm saying the ones I just named. Have you ever heard of them?
I have heard of them. I'm downtown. I said I'm boots on the ground.
I don't know what that means.
You don't. That means I'm in it. I'm down here. I'm walking with
people. Okay. Yeah. But like I said, if you need someone who need a job, like I said, I have circles and I have very powerful people on my side that can help people with that.
Me too. Now it takes that because if you just out here going through these programs, you're not going to get the result that you just said. Where you can live and maintain an apartment and have a decent car and all that. I mean a job. I mean a career, not a job. Anybody could get a job. Anybody could get a job, but can
you just said it was hard for people to find a job, so you're confusing me.
But I'm saying it's hard for people to find a job where they can live, where they can maintain, where they can't say, well,
and what I just said, these programs
I'm broke anyway.
What I just said, these programs help people get a set of skills so they can be good at their job. Okay. I'm not talking about no Burger King or no, high school job or, just a minimum wage job. These programs help people who have, backgrounds. And I ain't talking about these are mediocre jobs. These are well-paying jobs. And like I said, it's programs that's out there that can help with that. And I know a lot of people in these programs, and I put a lot of people through these programs, and they're doing really well.
Okay. Kudos to you.
All right. So, well, I think we all agree, for the most part, on the subject. On the subject at hand about the crime DC. But don't forget to like and subscribe, y'all. Hit the heart button. Share this. Share it. I got one more video we're gonna play and we're gonna talk about that. Do you all know Myron Gaines? Y'all know who that is?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, I wanna here we go. You trying to start some shit. I'm gonna say that much.
I ain't trying to.
Yes, you are.
I just saw this video.
Yes, you are.
And I thought it was a good conversation. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Thank y'all all for being here. We appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. But we finna get this thing rolling. I just wanted to get that important topic out the way. Because I do think that was important. I think that's, something that, because it's going to affect our community at the end of the day. So I just wanted to get y'all views and what y'all thought about, the whole
and
National Guard.
I got black sons, and even though they're not in the street, easily black sons can get caught up in that shit regardless.
I was gonna say they ain't gotta be in the street because
that's
these
what
people
I was saying.
Don't care.
So when they
caught up in what?
Because when they come in, they're gonna come in with this mentality or this robotic mentality of there's crime, whoever, whatever, they can get it. So I'm not gonna get shot. So I'm going home.
No, I'm saying get caught up in what, Yolanda?
If what?
I say
the
get caught.
YNs at the Conoco.
You say YNs at the Conoco?
Not just the YNs. My son got dreads. He could be mistaken for a YN. You got dreads.
Are you talking about from? No, I don't think they doing it like that. Not from what I've seen on. What I'm saying is not from what I've seen on the videos in Washington D.C. and from the residents.
If they doing it,
well, everybody from both sides is posting stuff. The mad people and the happy people.
I'm saying if it works, but let it work for all parties involved. Don't. A senseless killing is a senseless killing, whether it's done by the National Guard or by another black man. It's senseless. So
but I'm saying the video she showed us, them guys did not look approachable. Like I have
No, not
watched.
those guys, but those
Hold on,
gonna be the guys that they show us.
Let me
Those
finish.
gonna be the guys that they show us, though. Y'all still believe in y'all still believe in the media?
That was a
Y'all
documentary.
serious?
That's actually them on social
Oh,
media doing that stuff.
I know, but y'all still believe in the media? Or y'all
No,
Oh no, that's why we
I'm
here. We
saying,
are the media.
can I finish?
Come on,
They
bro.
don't look approachable because they had guns with fucking extended clips. I have dreads and I look approachable because I don't have that mentality.
To you,
To
you
me,
might look, yeah, maybe one night you might be drinking and you might not look so approachable. Who knows? Who's to say? Is you look approachable to you? Who's to say
Yolanda, you telling me right now if I was if
you're not
you
in
telling me
control?
you telling me right now I look like them guys that was in that video right now.
I'm not saying you do, but when you wear them little skinny pants that you get from Shein, you do. Next comment. Next video.
Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna move and right along in here. And I think this video kind of puts the cherry on top of this conversation.
About black women, and to answer that, the reason why I don't date them a lot of the times isn't necessarily because of the way that they look. It's because a lot of the behaviors that's championed in that community. Now, with that said, I've dated plenty of black girls before that were feminine and submissive and weren't a headache, but I've dated a lot. I've dealt with a lot that were headaches, and I've come to realize in that culture, unfortunately, it's championed to be strong and independent and not respect male authority in the black community because a lot of them are fatherless, and since they're fatherless, they don't have that masculine authority to let them know, hey, you need to follow a man's lead. Women, a lot of the times from black communities, unfortunately, grew up in a single mother household where she tells them niggas ain't shit. Then she has a sister that says niggas ain't shit. The music perpetuate niggas ain't shit. And then what ends up happening is they grow up and then they don't have a general respect for men. And then they meet you, and then you get a lot of those toxic traits coming into you because they weren't naturally taught how to be a lady. They were very masculinized since birth because they didn't have a man figure.
You're right. Wait. Let me just tell them this. Let me just say this. You're absolutely right. Just really quick, you're right because I did that, and you got to take self-accountability.
All right. So my question is, are black women too masculine?
I'm gonna just let Los have this one because I'm really tired of the back and forth of the women ain't shit, men ain't shit, women ain't shit. I think it's flaws on both sides, and I think that we all have trauma, and I think that we should work on ourselves before we get to saying who ain't shit and why we ain't shit and all that. So I'm not gonna sit here and bash men, and I'm not gonna be a part of a man bashing a woman. So you can speak, and I'm just be quiet.
I mean, in my personal life, you hear a lot of women say they independent and they don't need a man. I never in my life heard a man say he don't need a woman. A lot of women who sit here and preach that they independent and don't need a man, I stay away from them type of women because that's masculine traits right there. And I'm not finna sit here and get you out of survival mode just for you to, open up and be soft to me. Like, you're a woman. I think every woman should be soft regardless. You're a woman. Just like I can't come if I'm interested in Yolanda and I seen her at, a jazz festival. I can't sit here and be like, hey, boo boo, how you doing? Until she showed me that I can release my masculine energy because she won't even approach me or she won't even let me approach her. So when women sit here and say that, I'm not saying all because I met a friend now that she showed me nothing but soft energy. And what makes me feel good to approach her and keep approaching her is she always give me compliments. She always say, oh, I need a man. Like when a woman sit here and say they need a man, it makes me more subjective to that woman. It makes me want to do more for that person because now she like my energy. She like me being around. And now our energy is going to mesh. It's a balance. Women need masculine energy from a man. Man needs soft energy from a woman. When a woman comes to a man and she has that masculine energy, I tell them like, you can't whoop my ass. So if you want to do all this masculine energy, get the side of this refrigerator and let's carry this shit up 3 flights of steps. And I bet not hear you say shit.
Do you think the reasons that he gave that some of us display those traits are valid, or do you think it's other reasons?
It was a video that went viral where it was a father, and it was a black father, and he was talking to the guy who was dating one of his daughters. And he said her, and he said, "Look, he said my daughters are disrespectful. They don't like men." In the I don't know if these was his daughters laughing in the background, but you can hear the women laughing. And he was just being real. He was like, "My daughters are disrespectful. They don't respect men. They don't listen." And this was a father. This was a black father, and he was being real. So right then and there, that let me know either that mom ran that man away, like he was there for his daughters, but he wasn't in that household. Because if he was in that house, if I ever have a daughter, I would never sit here and raise my daughter to be independent. I'm going to raise my daughter to have a man in her life, because I know for a fact as a man, I'm getting old. Now, men gravitate, like men is it's a different structure for a woman. So if I have a daughter, I'm gonna give discipline way different than I give my boys. So if my daughter need to move, or she need to, move heavy stuff, of course I'm gonna be there. But I can't be doing that at the age of 70. So if she got a guy that can come in, hey brother, shit, you my man now. I'm never finna raise my daughter to be single and independent. I'm raising my daughter to have a man in her life, because she's gonna need that.
Yeah. Now I do agree that women need a covering. I do agree with
ask a
that.
question. You can how could you raise a daughter to need a man in her life if you not the man that's in her life? The father is the first line of a relationship between a daughter and a man. So if you're not in the home and you're not there for whatever reason, and you decided, I had a baby with this woman for whatever reason, and now I'm no longer there because you say the woman ran the man away, right? How can she respect men if you didn't show her what it is to have a man to respect?
If the woman ran me away, how can just because the mother ran me away doesn't mean I'm gonna stop being a father to my daughter.
That sounds like a man not taking accountability, because if you want to be in your child's life, you could be in your child's life.
Yeah, but I don't have to be in the household with this. But that's exactly what. Unless I'm getting your statement confused.
I said be in your child's life. A woman doesn't run a man away. I know
who run
away. They didn't. The Foster Support Center is completely a program that's based on men.
Oh, I don't agree with that.
You don't think a woman runs a man away?
Child's life. If they really want to be there, they'll fight. I know men right now that's fighting.
No. I'm asking you. You don't think if you got a messed up attitude as a woman, let's say me and you dating?
I think a woman can make it difficult for you to want to be around her, but your child is your child.
No, I'm not talking about the child. I'm talking about the woman. If me and you dating and we living together, and you're getting on my nerves,
right?
And you're making it really difficult for me to come in this household,
right?
What do you think I'm gonna do as a man after so long?
I'm talking about the child, though. I'm not talking about her.
I'm not talking about the child.
I'm talking about this is a child.
But that's the thing. If you have soft,
what you're saying, Carlo, I think what he's saying, are you saying, I think y'all saying two different things. Are you talking about, Carlos, in the context as if you're there, most men don't leave their child when they move out the house, they leave the woman. And I think
that's what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying too.
You can be a father without being in the house. You said women run men away and they can't be a father to their kid.
What was your original statement? You say if the father is not there, how can a father show love?
Go ahead.
You said if the father is not there, how can a woman look at the father and try to respect the man? Or unless I got that confused.
We're talking about the daughters. I'm not talking about the woman. Who is she? I'm talking about the daughters. You said the father said, listen to my daughters. They in the background. They just doing whatever they doing. This is not what you want to date or whatever. But I said, but the man, the father is the first line of showing you what a man is supposed to do. If you have a daughter, you supposed to be, as a man, showing your daughter, this is what a man does. This is how a man is supposed to treat you. This is how you supposed to treat your man. If a man can't do this, then you don't want him. You don't need him. But if you not there doing your first line of defense, a mother can't do everything. How does she supposed to know? Because the mother ran you away. The mother should not run you away. You have children. Think
So you
about
saying that a man should? So are you
no.
saying that he should stay?
He should stay in his kid's life. You don't
Well,
gotta be
he
with
never.
them.
No, you still in the kid's life. That's not what he
Yeah.
said.
No, he wasn't in it. He clearly was not. He said, you said they weren't taught to, how to treat a man, and they don't know how to treat a man. They giving soft energy. They not giving soft energy. They're independent.
So I got a
Why is
I got
that?
I got a question for you, Yolanda.
Okay.
Now, men are always taught to open a girl door if we're at an event, or let's say a bi-state bus, and I'm a man and I see you get on and you pregnant. I'm supposed to give my seat up for you, right? That's being a gentleman, right?
Right. I think so.
Tell me, what traits have other women tell women for to how to treat a man? What like I gave you an example of, like, oh, I'm gonna open your door, or if we walking down the street, you get on the the outside. What have other women told women to how to treat a man, or do
Well,
general gestures for men?
Well, some of these traits can be learned generational or whatever. Like if you got a mom that's bitter, she could teach her daughters to be bitter if the man is nowhere
That's
along
not the question
to
to
show
ask.
her nothing different. Women, I don't. My grandmother taught me to take care of my man, so I don't know about other women, but my grandmother was a old school Southern woman, so
Okay,
I
what
don't know.
examples of how she told you to take care of a man?
Um, if he taking care of me, it's certain things that is my job to make sure he cool, to make sure he eat, make sure he's comfortable when he's home, make sure that when he come home, this is his place of rest. No chaos, no drama, none of that. When I'm dating somebody or with somebody, we talk. I talk. We don't go to bed angry. That's what I was taught. You know what I'm saying? But that's me. Now, if it's a mother who was full of chaos, full of drama, hated the daddy, she probably taught her daughter different. Fuck these niggas. I don't give a fuck about none of them. Ain't none of them shit. Okay. But that's the mother teaching her daughter where the father is not at home. That's all she gonna know. What else is she gonna know?
I'm gonna have to jump off of this call. Appreciate this.
Huh?
Because I got a phone call.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Carlos, for hopping on, and
All
we
right.
will do it again soon.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
You too, bye.
I,
Yes.
I just want to know what else is she supposed to know if the father's not there? Because let's be clear, we all got generational crap, and it's always, if we see our generational, just say I wasn't at home when my kids was growing up, I wasn't never around, I didn't really raise my kids, the house raised them. Okay, well now my kids grown, and now I can't tell them nothing because I wasn't around, so now they ain't around. Like, what can I tell my kids? The first thing they're gonna say is, "Mom, you can't tell me nothing. Where was you at when we was growing up? You wasn't at home." So, I mean, why do
Well, I
people?
think, well, for me, I already, well, because I think, like I was saying, I think I was actually saying the same thing because he was saying if he leave the house, when he see his child, he not going to teach them this or whatever. Me personally, I feel like we need to do whatever we can not to create these situations and watch who we having babies by. I feel like that these kids need to get married young, especially women. I don't know. I was talking to you. I feel like it might have been you or somebody,
Yeah, we
but
can talk about the rooftop about
yeah, that the women
and
need
arranged
because
marriage.
they don't need arranged marriages, whatever. But in a realistic world, because most people probably not gonna do that. But I do think sometimes that actually a lot of the times I do think black women can be very, very hard and masculine.
I
And
know.
I think it's a turn off. I think that we don't take accountability for how other people and especially our men experience us as a like experience us from the outside. So
Well,
it
I'm
is
just
passed
thinking
down.
like nobody wants to be though. Like some women have just become accustomed to being this way because it works for them. But nobody wants to be. I don't think that women literally want to say, I want to wake up today and be hard. But if you have nowhere to
Well, I
turn,
ain't saying wake up like, but I'm just saying even
nowhere to
like
go, baby.
the
No,
behaviors that we see on a regular basis just out. The loudness, the just the cursing, the just out of control things you see usually see back in the day. That's what dudes did. They hung out, they did all that. You hear them loud.
right.
We're not as docile and
Mhm.
gentle and fragile. I seen a video of this white YT girl basically to black girls, and if you want me to find it, I'll go find it. To black girls explaining why our men don't want us and they like them. And she had a mouthful.
Mhm.
So it's just a thing.
I
And
just,
I don't think
I just, I
that
just, I
I
think
just
it's,
don't think we hold accountability. Whenever somebody try to tell us something, we always have a reason why.
I
We
just
just don't.
because it's
Go
always
ahead.
the reason why. It's always a reason why. It's just so much deeper than just the surface, though. That's like you find a man and you say this man is a certain way, and you meet him and he one way. You gotta understand it's deeper than what you see. That's why I always, when I date men or when I get to know men, I want to get to know how was your childhood. Like, tell me about you growing up because that's where the trauma lies. That's where it is. You can't just say and plus the loudness of the women and all that. That's this generation. That's cute to them. It's in the music. It's in everything. It's all over the place. I mean, this that generation riding, hanging out cars and sitting on the
But
roof
the
of the
but
car.
the but the
And that don't make it
the
right.
funny part about it is the generation of boys that's in that
Mhm.
they don't like it. They just hang out with it. I mean, I know the boys I know and I talk to, including my sons and stuff. They don't like them type of women. They cool, but they don't want them.
I don't think they like it. It's a certain type of guy that likes it, but I don't think they like it. That's
Well,
that more
those are the guys that we seen in the previous video.
right. And also it's gonna be with all the and this the part that's so crazy about with all the murders and all the killings and whatever. It's gonna leave a whole hole in a generation where the older women are gonna have to date the younger guys, and the young older men are gonna date the younger women because it's a whole hole missing in the generation because you just said the numbers. That's this year's numbers. What was last year's numbers? What was the year before that numbers? The children are getting killed. Everybody, like, then they going to
Well, I
prison.
think it's gonna be more. I don't think it's that, but I do think that more people
Don't.
are going to move more towards a poly life. I think that's where people are going. Now, I don't think they're doing it for biblical reasons,
I don't need it.
like concubines, but I think the way the numbers is and just the way society is and the way people just kind of okay, economy, just a multitude of things, I think that's where most people are gonna
Well,
end
how
up
could
at having
people?
multiple wives.
That would be cool, but how could people do poly when they can't even find one person? They can't even
Well,
get
they
along.
can't find one person because they worried about who that other person's seeing.
And then women don't
But
even
if you
get
take
along
that
with
out the
women.
equation, if you take that part out the equation that you know what's going on because you're a family,
Mm.
you probably won't have that many issues.
But a family can't even be a family. So how
Well,
can a
no, this
poly family
family is an
be?
intentional family that's put together.
Right?
So these people have an agreement. These people have structure, and it's usually the man leading that, and he usually
I'm
can afford to do it.
true. I don't know. I talk to so many people with this podcast and stuff, and just so many people just walk up to me and hold long conversations with me that it's just the conversations that people have with me and that I talk to. It's just mind boggling. It make my head swell up this big, and I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't know what it's gonna take. That's all I'm gonna say. My idea of a relationship is whatever relationship that works for you, that works where y'all productive and conducive and y'all move forward and make the world a better place. So whatever that is, if it's two men, two women, poly, I mean, I don't give a damn. But I just don't understand. I don't understand because it's
Well,
really a
what
relationship.
about, so what kind of girl would, what ideal girl would you want for your son?
An ideal girl or
Like
woman.
a wife. I'm not gonna say girl, I'm gonna say wife.
Um,
If you had to, if you was to pick her, we talk about arranged marriages, and you had the opportunity to do that, what would you look for?
I don't know. My son pretty good at picking for himself because he knows what he wants. He knows. I don't know. Okay, so I'll just say the person he with now. She she's a very good hard. She's a hard worker. She loves to learn and constantly evolve. She respects me. First, she don't. She not a baby mama. Not saying nothing against baby mamas, but
But you
um,
would prefer your baby to start its own family, right?
well, it don't always be
I
like
do.
that, though. You
It's
know,
not, but I'm saying if you got the
yeah,
option, from what we
yeah.
seeing now in the world of baby mama culture, hookup culture, when they have an opportunity, that's what I'm saying. I think they should do it young. The girls won't come with all that trauma, all that BS. He can start his own family. He don't got to deal with baby daddy, all this. It's just less complicated. And that's just the way it used to be. I think we have gotten too far removed from how we
Yeah.
were supposed to be.
Oh, I definitely believe in back in the day. I believe that we need to take it all the way back to the old school.
What's up, Paul? How you doing?
I
Welcome
definitely,
in. Welcome in.
I definitely think we need to get to know who we dating and who their family is and where they come from. I always say that, and I'm living that right now. I gotta, but I even when I'm dating, if you ask too many personal questions, it's like, damn, why you asking me all these questions? Like you the feds, you working for the. I can't get to know you. I want to get to know who I'm
What
dating.
kind of questions dudes be asking?
No, I just be asking stuff like I just ask
No,
questions.
you said the guy be asking. Like when
No,
you said they
they'll
be
say
asking.
that about me because I asked
Oh,
them.
like you asking. Oh, well,
Like on the
yeah.
interview,
What
and
kind of questions you be asking?
just basic stuff like they don't mind saying where they grew up or nothing like that. But like I said, tell me about your childhood. Like what was it like when you was growing up? Stuff like that. Like
Hmm.
what's your feelings with your mom? What kind of relationship y'all got?
That's your first date question?
No, not my first date
Oh.
question. But when we getting to know each other,
Hmm.
we getting to know each other. Like you can ask me the same because I want to know that because that's telling me about you, not um what you do for a living. That's cool, whatever. Because you can have a good job or no job, it don't matter. But where's your mindset at? Because I don't make a whole lot of money, but I get to the bag. Like I want somebody that we can definitely grow with. Or I like guys that honestly know more than me,
I
way
was
more.
gonna say because most guys, what I've
Yeah,
been hearing is they hate, they don't care what
yeah,
we make, and they hate when they bring it up because they don't care. Because the guys are date down. It's the
yeah,
women that's actually
yeah.
chasing the 2% of men that's out there and
Yeah,
disregarding the other 98.
are you talking about the ones that's trying to get it? Yeah, I get it, but
And I think that's why I think it's important we had a conversations because I don't think that it's really the majority of women. I just think they the loudest voices in a lot of the negative and bad stuff that's going on. Revelations say, everything gonna happen. One thing gonna be, everything gonna right gonna be made to look wrong. Wrong gonna be made to look right. The
right.
world gonna be flipped upside down. The kids gonna turn on their parents. And so we
Yeah,
are right, like we're in it. We in the thick
yeah,
of it right now.
we
And
are.
so for me, it's no, you can't, ain't no crossing. Like you either in or you ain't. Ain't no
Right,
towing the line, ain't no crossing the fence. You either a warrior or you not.
right.
Like what are we like? Are we in battle? Like me, I'm in battle mode.
Mm,
Some people that's not their realm.
right,
They do God's work in other ways. I
right.
slay demons. That's
Yeah,
just what it is. But the demons ain't what y'all think they are. You know, people think of this mystical stuff and they out here, yes, they ruling the principalities of the air and all that, but baby, you best to believe we standing 10 toes down with them every single
day.
day,
I
face
trust
to face. And
that.
that's why I don't care nothing about, my mouth. I try to get my mouth, but I'm like I said, I'm gonna meet you where you are. And that's demon all day, and we just gonna box, and that's just what it is. Because at the end of the day, how can I go wrong? I got God on my side.
Exactly, and I feel the same.
So I don't know.
Because
I
once
just
I,
want us to
I
do
know
better,
what
but
I'm
I do
doing.
think the black women do have a big mess. We have an issue, and I don't think it's addressed enough. I don't think people hold us accountable enough because we are something else.
I think we all are, and we all have issues, and rightfully so. I mean, generation after generation after generation, we have been the targets of so much negativity. And I don't think it's just the black women. I think that we do hold a major part of the shift. We do have to get ourselves together in order because we are the beginning and we are the end. We are guys in a sense, but
Yeah.
I don't think that I'm not going to sit here and say we are the problem. I'm not going to say we all are the problem. It's an individual war that we fight first before we even do. Like you got to do your work. I have to do my work. The next person have to do their work. Then it begins to change. But I'm not going to sit here and say women are the problem. How are we
Well,
the
the reason they say women are the problem, but then the women say, but what about the men? But the
no?
men are also saying y'all raised the men that y'all complaining about, which in turn turns us back into the problem.
We right.
So they'll say we
And so
champion.
look,
So they argument is we'll champion, like pretty much we just kind of got through doing. What we the backbone on, we pretty much gods, we this, we the beginning, we the end, we raised the community, we did this. But then we won't take accountability for the YNs that's out here and what we see and the degeneracy we see. That's a double standard. So you either did it or you didn't. You can't take accountability for the good and not take accountability for the bad. And now, most women leave marriages. 70% of women leave their families. Most 30% of men do. Most men will stick through it whether they
where you get
happy or
these
want to be there.
statistics from? Where you get
They
these
all over
statistics?
the place. They
And
everywhere.
who created these statistics? Because I know more women that try to hang on for dear life to their relationship.
Most women,
Men will walk away.
listen, most women, 70% of women, especially since the whole independent thing, or my feelings, or I feel like I need to be free, 70% of women are the ones who initiate divorce. 92% of that 70 women are the so-called educated ones. So,
Well, I can't agree with them statistics because
I mean, the
I can't
numbers are
agree with them statistics, baby. Because women would go through hell and high water with a man. And a man would say, you know what, I'm over here doing this. And if you don't like it, it's what I can't agree with that. Those statistics
did she get
cannot
a divorce though?
those statistics who
I'm
the
saying,
hell
but are you saying I'm just saying
those
because that's not always the reason. Like I wanted to know when I was doing the interview with my ex-husband, I was looking at all these statistics trying to figure out what are the reasons. Is it abuse? Is it this? And most of it was what do they call it? Irreconcilable differences. Bullshit, pretty much. We break up the family for BS. So I don't
That's
know.
crazy. So I don't know
She's
either because I don't think the relationships
now
I
I do think you cannot keep using I do think they cannot keep using us as well who raised you as an excuse. Like at some big old age, you gotta figure out you being emotional and sassy whether you was raised by your mama or not.
so let me ask you a question because I got a question for you. Why do you feel the way you feel about women? Because clearly I think wait, my mic is muted. No, it ain't. Why do you
No, I
feel
hear
the way
you.
you feel about women? Because clearly you feel that, or do you? I'm not gonna speak for you. Or do you feel that women or the problem why things are the way they are? Because when you say you agree with Lowe's, I was like, okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I know
Well,
how.
because I know, so I used to have, of course, because we was raised. I know it was a reason because I was raised this way. So of course we always raised with these mentalities. But what happened to me, I wanted to know, especially when I was going through my my divorce, just a lot of stuff. I really wanted to understand men, and what I did notice is that women do not listen to me at all. When
When
men
did I
talk,
listen to men or me? You.
huh?
You say men or you?
Men, no, men, I mean, women do not listen to men when they try to tell us things or tell us what's wrong or express themselves. We always be like, no, that ain't the reason, such and such, or you just this. So I really just wanted to understand men. So I just started listening to them talk. I started really wanting to know what was going on in their head. Why the man and woman had this disconnect. So I started actually listening, not to like talk at them or nothing, but just to actually listen to what they were saying. And then I started hearing them complain about things in their spaces that just I knew fundamentally to be true. I wasn't gonna pretend that these behaviors or these things that they saying about black women not true. Cause I've been that black woman. I'm not like that all the time, but I got a little attitude. I can get a little bossy. I mean, most women can, but we talking about the black woman and why our relationships not working, how black men are experiencing us. We
Okay,
don't care nothing about that. So my job is to point out what nobody else will. That's what's fucked up. And we got fucked up from the women before us and the women before that and the men before that or whatever happened. Nobody got a hold of this stuff. Why are we half naked?
my bad.
So
Okay,
why we
so
think it's okay to be um first of all alone? Like where do we get this from? We don't need a man or we don't need this
I don't
covering. We
think
don't need
that
our
women don't
families
think we
together.
don't need a man, Nikki. I don't
Girl,
think
do
that
you
we
know how much women say it all the time?
don't, Nikki.
Women say this stuff all the time. Like this everywhere. Or they
Nikki.
a boss chick.
You like you just said, you speaking for a narrow majority because
That's not the narrow.
that's
I'm
not
telling you.
true, Nikki. That's
Well,
not
then why the men not men no more? If that's not true, why are the men have completely retreated? I know you've noticed.
they
They
have.
do not they do not act the way they used to for us buying drinks, holding doors, especially these young. Like, why do you think that is? And that's what I'm saying. You doing to me what women do to men when they trying to tell you what the men actually thinking out their head. Like I'm telling you what's coming out their mouth, but you telling me that that's just not real.
Nikki,
But that's the same thing we do to men.
Nikki. So okay, all right. You said so much. Okay, so you said that women don't listen to men. So you think that a man jumps in a relationship with a woman that is completely disconnected from everything he's saying, or do you think that it comes to a point where the woman don't listen to the man because the woman has listened to the man so much and been disappointed, made a fool out of it, ran amok, looks crazy as hell. I mean, got evicted, got this, got that, got this, got that, got left little homie on stuck, all this. And now the woman no longer wants to hear it. Or do you think that it's just in the door as soon as they come in
Are
the
we
door?
talking about the same
Soon
man,
as
or we talking about stuff you
we
bringing
talking
from
about
past
women
days?
that
No,
don't
I'm
listen.
saying right. When you say come
Why
in the
would a
door. Are
woman?
you saying that hold on? Are you saying that she bringing past stuff that she been through to a new
No,
thing? Or are
I'm
you saying she
saying
was with this man and this
that's
is
what
what's
I'm saying.
happening?
That's what I'm
See
saying.
that's still
Always
accountability because why are you with this man?
and why
Why
is he
are
with
you?
this woman if she don't listen to him?
No,
But
I'm
you're saying
saying
the woman is leading,
why are you
right?
with a man that you don't respect? Like why are you even in that? If
Women
they don't have this or they
men
don't have that,
don't
that's
do
on us. We do that.
it. When
We got to have accountability of who we choosing, Yolanda. You don't think we have no responsibility of the
I
people that we
do. Are you
choose.
serious? I
Well,
know
then
we
that's what I'm
do.
saying. The red
I
flags
know we do.
already be there. The
I
red
know we
flags
do.
be there.
Listen,
So that's what I'm saying. We got to
we
have accountability too. I can't
we
hold men
we take
accountable. I'm not a man.
accountability, girl. We take accountability.
Oh no, I don't think so.
So do you take accountability for your
Yeah,
okay,
that's
so
what we
let's talk
doing
about
now.
your
That's
relationship.
exactly what we doing.
I'm gonna
Well,
take it.
I've already my relationship online. I did a whole interview on my
We're gonna talk
relationship because
about
I'm an open book.
me too. Me too. I'm an open book too. And I have stayed in relationships that weren't healthy for me. And what did it do for me? Like, how long do you suppose to stay in an unhealthy situation?
No, I think we and
It
me and you
causes
talked about this
trauma.
before too. We give people too much time. Remember,
So
we
what
had
is
that
supposed to
conversation.
do? If the man never leaves because he's the toxic,
No, that shit not even supposed to. We need to start knowing how to cut that shit off in 2 weeks. We
so
be
you
seeing
said
stuff in
that
a month.
women leave the relationship. If you with a person five,
We
six,
know we're talking
seven,
about the initial
years,
dating.
we talking
Because we
about
now we went from relationships, but now we're going
okay
to dating. Because
because
you're saying if
you
she
said a
get
lot.
into something,
Yeah,
we have to
I
right. But
just
we're talking about being accountable for who we choose, just like men have to be accountable for the rats that they choose.
exactly. So what are you saying? If you choose the woman that don't listen to you from the gate, then why are you complaining that she don't listen to you? That was never your person. That was never your person, but you chose
Right.
that
And
person.
then I'm
So
saying the
now why
woman
you
not
making
listening to him. So right. You see, but I'm saying the same thing is the right. Why he got her? Why did she choose him? If she don't respect him.
and
Because
you
you know, just like I know, a woman gonna respect that right. If it's him, him, it ain't even no effort. You know that. So why is she with him
but you
and
saying we
she
coming from the
already know?
man's point of view. You said from the man's point of view, women don't listen. A woman is with a man
No,
that
I'm saying we don't listen. Now we don't listen. I
I'm
know
not
I have.
listening
I
to
know
you.
I know.
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna be
finna
with
act like
nobody
I've
I don't
listened to
respect.
all men. I'm not finna act like I've
I'm
sit
not
here and
gonna be
listened.
with nobody I can't respect and depend on and rely on. Like I don't feel safe with him at all. Why would I be with that person? Why would a
That's not what we
woman?
talking
Because
about.
that's
We talking
not
about listening. We talking about like
you.
fundamentally listening to him, his feelings, what he's thinking,
And we
how he
do.
experienced black women. That was the
I
topic of
love
the
our women.
conversation.
I do.
How do they experience us as black women?
Mm.
Not how we think they experience, how
No,
they
but
should experience. How do they experience us? That's how I said I was coming saying what they were talking about because I was trying to explain the conversations that are happening on the men's side
right,
about women. And
right.
then on the same side, I heard women saying, why I can't find a man. So then I come to the conclusion that it is a disconnect and it is a problem.
That's crazy because I don't know why women would say why they can't find a man. It's billions.
Well, I did you hear it a lot. They either can't find one or they don't want one because they can now and they say
I just think that they should work on self, and God will put you where you need to be. That's the answer to the question. Who's looking for a man? Nobody should be looking for a man or a woman. If you got your shit together and you doing what you need to do, God gonna send everything that's yours to you. Period. Why are you looking for a man? Why are you looking for a woman? I don't get it. But that's what happens. We put ourselves with who we want to be with. Who said that was God, who God had for you? But you pushed that relationship. You kept staying. You kept lying. You kept listening. You kept sucking in all that bad energy and shit. Now you are disrespectful. He disrespectful to you when that was never your person. That was never your person. So I love being a black woman. I love black women. I don't like men that drag on women because you picked the wrong woman. You picked her. You picked her. You picked her. And now you want to drag on her. You want to not be a father to the kids that you create when you probably didn't even know her when you created that kid. But now it's her fault. Or you probably didn't know him, vice versa. When you laid up with him and was outside kicking it and had a one night stand, it's irresponsibility on both parties. So you can't blame me. I can't blame you. Let's raise this kid. Let's be adults.
all people can get blamed. See,
I'm
that's
just
another thing.
saying.
Bring
Can't
shaming back
blame.
again. I
We
want to
can't.
bring shaming back again. We need to start shaming again, like we used to get shamed back in the day, so we can get these kids and these generations together. I am tired of the whole culture. I'm tired of the
I'm just
kill
100%
culture.
agree.
I'm tired of the unaliving culture. I am tired. I'm
Oh yeah, I
tired of
definitely think that
the
we have a
poverty mindset
place.
culture. I'm tired of oppression culture. I
But all this
am
is a part of that, though. You know that, right?
tired, and that's why we having a conversation.
Until we can do this with a black family where it ain't your fault, it ain't my fault, it ain't the woman's fault, it ain't the man's fault.
Oh,
And
it's
we come
somebody's fault.
together,
People
and
got to
it's
be held
I
accountable on both
exactly.
sides.
It ain't
So it
nobody.
is somebody's fault.
We
Is what I'm
all
saying.
have
So
been
okay, let's do a solution because I know you were saying that
we have all been pitted against each other for
you was
decades.
like
It was written. It was
well, I should
written.
have never been with them. So how do we move forward for not having that? Because you were saying that, well, you shouldn't have been with that person, that one your person, you stuck through this. So moving forward, how long do you think you would give? Like, how are you going to identify? Because I think we giving people too much time in the beginning,
Mm.
even after we see. Like I'm talking about in the whole dating phase of it. I think we're giving too much time.
Well, I think first you have to work on being the best version of yourself to bring to the table first and foremost. If you got all these unresolved issues that you got, why are you even trying to date? Work on you. Work on you first. If you know you drink too much, work on being not drinking so much. Work on the other avenue instead of drinking. If you know within when you look in the mirror that you got issues, unresolved issues, work on that before you even try to bring anybody into your shit. Then once you feel you've done the work on yourself and you feel okay, you get that little thing, intuition that maybe it's time for you to date or something, or God speak to you, or however you do what you do, then go out here with a clear mind. Your mind will be clear to understand what it is you want, what it is you need, what it is you're looking for, you know. But if you are jumbled up or whatever, you're gonna keep picking wrong. I go
And
to the
that's why
store
I say
hungry. If I go to the
very
store hungry, I'm
young.
gonna pick up all the chips, baby. I ain't gonna pick up. Well, I'm not gonna shop and get what I want to.
Very young. You ain't got all that healing and shit to do or none of that. I told
Yeah,
my son, I ain't gonna force him,
yeah.
but he know how I feel, and I gave him the logical reasons because baby, love ain't enough. That's
It's
that's
not.
not that's
It's
not
not.
that.
No, it
This
ain't.
is a whole future, a plan that you have to have. Like
Yeah, true. I agree
this
with
a
you.
whole movement. So my thing is, I don't want no more bass. I don't want no bass to grant. Like I don't. I would prefer him. Not saying it
I
have to
do.
be, but I would prefer
Mm,
him to create his own family, marry a girl that's younger, while she young, while they younger, start getting a 401k, building a future. And that's how you get out of to that generational wealth. They might not see it, but their kids will. And that's how we reset this cycle. We have to start retraining the brain back to
I
what
agree
it
with that.
was and back to what God loved.
I agree with that
So
though. But it's still, it ain't no guarantee that's gonna be forever, but it has more of a chance.
no, you work on it be forever,
It
right?
has more of a
Because
chance of
yeah,
forever
and
than
then you make up your mind that this ain't going. This is done at the minimum until the kids grown.
right. True.
You get what I'm saying?
I
At the
definitely agree with that.
minimum.
So right there, we kind of agree because I just, yeah, before you get out here and do all these worldly things, but you're gonna do it anyway because if you with somebody long enough, you still it's a lot that you don't experience that, but you will go through it with a different mind frame of togetherness because this still
Hmm.
ain't gonna be a beautiful array of bouquets because marriage is not easy. Marriage is not
That would be boring
but
anyway.
yeah, but I agree with you. Arranged marriage, I think that was a good thing what they did, and you had to go and you meet the grandfather and the grandmother, and then you meet
Hmm.
yeah, I believe in that. I definitely believe.
Merging businesses, you merging. There's
Yeah,
just a lot of things come from that. So
and
that's
I
how you
definitely
get
believe.
what they call them dynasties. And
Yeah, and I definitely believe because not to throw the white card, but I definitely believe that white people they teach they kids and women right where they say you love what is that you can learn to love him. We talking about he got 2 cows, 15 acres. You know what I'm saying? 15 acres and a mow, you know, a tractor. Shit. Sound like
Right.
a plan. Sound like a plan. And
Yeah.
he has money too. So yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that because I wish somebody would arrange my marriage. But my marriage is
Well,
my
it depends on who arranges.
yeah, my
Because,
first.
like you said, we gotta wait till we get our heads together before we can start hooking other people up.
No, I said I wish somebody would arrange mine because my
Oh,
family.
I arrange you a marriage.
No, I'm talking about my family was decent. I'm talking about arranged my first marriage.
Oh, the real
Yeah,
deal.
it was, but I did pretty
Yeah,
good. But he decided to do something different.
yeah. It
Not
be like
legally,
that.
but different with his life that I
So
couldn't.
he was part of, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Well,
but
on that note, I'm glad we can agree on something. I think we about in an hour and 20 in.
yeah, and my cousin, she was on her, but she
She
couldn't.
clicked in and then I pulled her up and then it went away. I don't know
Yeah,
when it
it's
dropped
her
back
phone. She
down.
was on her phone. She need to be on the laptop or something. It
Okay.
stream. Are you on the lap? You on the desktop, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, me too. It just StreamYard just work better on the desktop or a
Yeah.
laptop. Yeah, but me alone. Anyway, we'll talk later about that.
All right. Well, it was good. Thank you so much for hopping on with me. Of course, I hope we do this again. You guys, anybody want to send me any videos to react to, go live on, get on the panel, or anything like that, just hit me up in my email. The link will be in the description. And then I will chop this video up and we'll distribute clips of this later.
All
All
right.
right. Anything else you want to say, Misunderstood? You got any
Um,
events or anything coming up?
I always got events coming up. I got a couple of LGBTQ events coming up. I'm doing October the 3rd because we waiting for a little while. I popped a balloon. I got a bunch of stuff on my calendar that's coming up. Just log on to my page. I will keep everybody posted.
And that's the YouTube. At your IG is that
Yolanda Brown, and my Facebook is Yolanda Brown too. And my podcast page is Miss Me at MIZZME After Dark Reloaded on YouTube, Twitter, X, TikTok. I'm all over
right,
the place.
yeah.
And Spotify and Apple
All
and everywhere.
right.
So yeah, I'll see you again, girl, soon.
All right. See you soon. I thank everybody for coming up. That is the end of this live tonight. I thank y'all for hanging out with me. It's been real. It's been fun. I'm just another brown girl in America. I'm out. Bye.
Later.
Oh, oh.